I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Is still recovering from a hip injury. So Tom Howell moves up to second. Andrew Perez still throws third. And Dropkin, the skip, throws fourth. So Lance, for those of you who follow Team Dropkin and maybe not Team Dunham, first of all, shame on you. Those are my guys. but Lance comes from the Denver, Colorado area, curls out of the Denver Curling Club. And just several weeks ago was a skip of Team USA at the World Mixed.
Oh, wow.
So accomplished in and of himself.
Yeah. Well, I'm expecting a pretty good game. Team Van Amsterdam's got off to a 2-0 start, where the Dropkin rink lost their opening game and rebounded in their second game last night, and they're 1-1.
Yeah, we had their opener live here on the feature, and it was just a unfortunate loss in an extra end, and they had pretty well controlled the game and just couldn't come up with the last shot, driving it to the extra where they ultimately lost.
Yeah, we should remind viewers that we're in pool play this weekend. There's 16 men's teams here competing for the championship.
I believe the purse is $25,000 this week.
Yeah. We have a good field in the women's draw, too. We have 22 teams.
And I saw some of those teams that are on the women's side, and it's been some good curling. I know we have Tabata here, and we have some really good teams from across the world. So it's quite exciting.
Well, I think something that was kind of exciting for some of us Canadian fans that follow the women's curling a bit. Uh, Joanne is filling Joanne Court or Joanne
Rizzo.
Courtney.
Oh, Joanne Courtney.
No, I don't know why I was going to say Rizzo too, but Joanne Courtney is filling in with Team Anderson, and was a real treat to watch her back in action after a year off.
I had Joanne Rizzo on the brain because I saw her a few months ago. So
Is that right? Yeah.
as soon as I thought it was Canadian Joanne, that's right where my mind went.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw Joanne last week in the grocery store.
Well, Lottie, frickin' da, you got me beat there, buddy.
Tap me on the shoulders. How you doing?
Oh man. I thought that magistrate said you had to stay 100 yards away from me, Terry.
Ah, dear. Back to curling.
Back to curling. Now,
Nice shot.
that is that. Yes, it is. That looks like Darren Molding just threw that stone. He had a Molding name on his jacket.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that was Darren.
Wow.
So Darren Molding throwing third. Let's figure out the rest of the. There's Parker Concha. As we have the takeout attempt here by Stopera. Trying to work it over. They do rattle it around a little bit, so it is Dropkin still lying shot stone.
Hey guys, just to confirm, Darren Molding is the 5th player on this team.
Right.
So plan was to play a little bit on the season, and I guess he is here in Edmonton.
Certainly, thank you. So we just heard back from our studios that Darren is the rostered 5th on Van Amsterdam's team. So he is playing today. And there we see Darren in the flesh. That's on the right-hand side of your screen.
Beard and all.
Getting a little gray.
Yes.
Hit and stick by Ginter there. So we'll see. Looks like that Darren Molding is in for Sterling Middleton today. And I believe he's throwing second. We have all kinds of lineup disorder here.
Darren's a guy that just loves the game, and it comes, it just exudes out of his body.
Oh, that absolutely. My second year of curling, I thought most of my own business is during the traditional curling season. So I go to summer spiels. Here we see the stone from the Dropkin rink. They need to make something happen here. Let's not lose the forest for the trees.
That's right.
And obviously Andrew Stopera is throwing second today. Because this is third Rex. That rattles around nicely. Now, take a look at those angles, Terry.
Yeah, they're getting interesting. Yeah, it looks like they're going to make a move now.
Yeah, it might be time to do that. For sure. Now,
yeah, they've talked about 3 options here, and of the 3, he looks like he's kind of leaning this way. I thought he might try and remove the one on the center line. chosen the out-turn hit here. Looks like it's just a normal hit, but Darren has signaled up that it's a little warmer than you might want.
Either that or he's about to sing YMCA.
Hey, that's true. I never thought of that.
Oh, what a nice shot. They tap it on the angle, right underneath, and they get shot stone out of it. They're exposed for sure, but really gets themselves out of a bit of a jam there.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to be clear, who is throwing third for Korey?
Well, since it has to be...
Is it Howell?
It has to be Tom Howell.
And I mean,
Yeah, because
you said, yeah, Andrew threw second stone.
Well, I'm going to get that independently confirmed.
Okay. Well, I mean, the other part could be, well, no, it can't be. Never mind.
That is Tom Howell. Yeah, because Mark Fenner has dark black hair.
Yeah, so looks like Darren's throwing second, but holding the broom for Evan Van Amsterdam.
Well, I could think of a few people who would be better counsel for you in the house. Darren, of course, having won the Brier on Team Botcher in Alberta. Now
he's such a positive guy on the ice.
The first time I met Darren, it was when he was not competitively curling at the moment. This is before he had joined Team Botcher.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at the Golden Gate Bonspiel, was played on some of the worst hockey ice, even though Jamie Barraza would come down and make it and try to do the best he could. And met him, and I encountered him in the locker room having a few glasses of, shall we say, pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
We got along real quick. This one is just a hair heavy behind the tee line. It will end up. So now if you're Korey Dropkin, Terry, you have to feel like you still have a chance to get to. You're probably lying second shot right now.
Yeah, that Yellowstone is shot.
So you see indicating just coming down to the back now. I think that leaves room for one more, though.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, yeah, I don't think he'd be upset by getting, shot rock and just being biting the button.
I think throwing this shot makes sure that nothing gets crazy right away in the first 10.
Yeah. And I mean, this would be a path that they've thrown in practice as well.
This one's out there wide now. You see Wheeler starting to drag it for the weight now. Now that's taken that break. They feel like they can get it there. Lance laying into it pretty good.
Yeah, the line looks great. Oh, and it is.
That's a nice drag by the Brushers there with Lance in the lead.
Yeah, now the only problem, for Corey's team is that if Evan Van Amsterdam can, just lock it on top, even if he's not shot, I mean, uh, Corey's going to have a tough time getting to, I would think. Although he does have that um, bump on his Red Rock that's top 4. But I think his options are limited. He's got to come down and try, and if he can move it, I guess that's good. But like I say, that rock there, the top of the 4, might be able to be promoted and spill anything that Van Amsterdam can get in there. But likely still only be for 2. I see our buddy Ryan Jacks is out there tonight too.
Ryan Jakes is right there.
Jakes, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Jake the Snake. Jake, that's all you got to remember. Jake the Snake.
Yeah, that was the key word. Just have to remember.
Yeah, well, what can I say? Yeah, you had much of a misguided youth. And
I know.
Middle age.
That's right. That's right.
This one from Van Amsterdam. It's going to be past the guard, no problem. It's all a matter of weight right now. Work it down. Come on down. Yeah. Come on in. Can you get a piece for a shot? Oh, that is so close. I think it's red.
Yep, I do too.
And I see what they're putting down right now. You could slash into that, jam the red in the back, and you're going to get 2.
Yeah, I mean, that was always going to be there as an option. And you just wonder, could you get 3 out of this? I guess not. You're going to that one that's just nibbling the back of the 4-foot, I don't think that's going to go anywhere.
No, unless you could throw a kiloton of weight at it, and then you might be able to kick that out and the other one out, and the one in the 12-foot comes in. But I think you'd have to throw about 2.5-second rock. Where's Gunner when you need him?
That's right. Yeah, that boy could throw a rock awfully hard. I haven't seen him around all year, so I'm assuming he's not running around in the circuit.
Here's Korey Dropkin. Final stone at number 1. Trying to catch a corner of this rock to make 2. Come on
close.
down. We're going to hold it. You got to hold it right there on the 1. Move it over. And 2 you get right off the bat. Well done by Korey Dropkin. And he takes a 2-point lead. We head to the second end here from the Saville Community Sports Center. It's 2-0 Dropkin. We'll be back on Curling Stadium.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
And we're back here. And we're back here. We're having a great time this morning. We hope you are too. And we're so glad that you're joining us here on Curling Stadium. It was Korey Dropkin catching a deuce here in the first 10. And now it's Evan Van Amsterdam with the hammer throwing the Yellowstones. I'm Dave Schmel, joined by Terry Corbin this morning. And thank you for joining us. So that too was pretty well developed there, Terry.
Yes, that was. With Evan Van Amsterdam decided to make the first move, and Korey was more than willing to participate, and those rocks lined up kind of good for Korey, and even though Van Amsterdam made a really good shot there with his last one. We'll see it on the YouTube, that's for sure.
Now, our technical team is aware. And we're back live on YouTube. Welcome back to everybody who's missed us. My goodness, we had 27 rocks in the house, and a small thermonuclear device took them all out, leaving Evan Van Amsterdam trying to make this double to clean it up and secure a chance for a deuce, but no, he jams it and he loses the shooter.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they were sweeping that. I mean, that really had to curl a whole bunch. And I think, when you're sweeping those, the best outcome obviously is double and stick around, but I would have swept that to ensure my shooter stuck around.
So what's the best spot now here?
Yeah, the guard is certainly probably the typical option that you would go to. I suppose you could, if you wanted, try and get it half around the guard and cover a piece of that red rock so that the visual was changed or the optics were changed for the thrower. But I think you just want to be short of the rings, right in line with the rock. If you were gonna miss it, I mean, one way or the other, I think you'd probably want to just be more on the center side than on the right-hand side than you would the left. They look like they're, I think too, and they would have probably quickly chatted about this. You don't want to, make it so that you leave the rocks in line where they could make the double over the top and roll their shooter onto the rings. This is Korey's last rock of the end. Might want to go just a bit to curl it.
And Lance is going to try to drag it over a touch.
Yep. Good shot.
Good shot. So do you take on the long angle raise here for two, or just draw for one?
Draw for one.
Draw for one. Yes, sir. You're no fun.
Well, you're probably right, but I'm looking to play 8 ends this morning, not 5 or 6.
But you get to the lounge faster if you play 6.
Yeah, but maybe the bar's not open at that hour.
I don't want to be a member of your club.
So taking on the draw for 1. Evan Van Amsterdam with his last rock of this second end.
Van Amsterdam needs to get a good part of the button here. coming around. This does not look light.
No, it isn't, unfortunately.
It's going to need to settle in. It's really close. Oh, and they think it's good. A quick confirmation. And
I
it
think it is
did
good.
find the brakes just in the nick of time. Evan Van Amsterdam gets his single. It's 2-1 in favor of Korey Dropkin. We'll be back. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
And we're back here from the Saville Community Sports Center. It's a Saville Grand Prix, brought to you by Asham, Hardline, the Saville Community Sports Center, and Curling Stadium. Dave Schmel and Terry Corbin with you. It was a single point on the draw that almost wasn't there for Evan Van Amsterdam.
Yeah, that thing just kind of grinded to a halt real quick. I think we both thought it was a little warm, and even the sweepers did as they backed off, but one's on the board.
So that gives Korey Dropkin the 2-1 advantage here with the hammer. Now, as you mentioned, Dropkin 1-1. Van Amsterdam off to a good start, 2-0. We definitely expect this to be a hard-fought battle back and forth, and it hasn't disappointed yet.
Yeah, no, exactly. And Amsterdam trying to come in and sit on top of that. Well done. This, once again, typical template of a lot of teams. We're quite content to throw our 3-4 rocks, first 3-4 rocks, and play them all around the center of the ice, and then look at the angles and decide where we want to go from there.
Well, that shot there from Lance Wheeler, or we can call him Fake Fenner for the rest of the day.
That's right. Sure, Mark only cares if he plays well.
He'll take all the credit and none of the blame.
That's right.
At least it's not as bad as trying to figure out the Marsh brothers.
Oh, I know.
But we have the glove code now.
Yeah. Last time we did a game and with them, you were mentioning that.
Now I just have to find the notes, which I have, which says which is which. They're here in my pile of show prep someplace. Oh man! So We have that typical setup here. We have the 2 Dropkin stones and 2 Van Amsterdam stones. And what is Korey going to ask Tepera to do here?
Just jiggle them around a bit. Those 2 rocks of his are providing actually a little bit of protection for Van Amsterdam. And if they wait too long, I mean, certainly Van Amsterdam can make his move, and you've just got more rocks in play to kind of get behind, and makes it a little bit more difficult to rearrange that furniture at times.
This one's tight, and Lance is trying to get it past. He's not going to be able to, despite his best efforts. It does remove the center guard, though.
Yeah. That went hard. I was saying yesterday, the ice, it looks good, but it just doesn't have that same finish that we had last week.
I hear you. Could that be because we were in Martinsville last week?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they moved from Saskatchewan to Alberta. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so lined up on the 4th shot rock. So the 4th foot is extremely congested right now. So Korey definitely needs to do something, indicating he wants him to throw T-line weight here. And that would jiggle them just a touch, not too much, so moving 4 rocks around.
Yeah. I think you want to be really positive here, like really positive.
Okay, so that's more than T-line weight. I don't know Korey's signals, honestly. And that one is also on the guard. Yeah.
And off and rolling in.
Oh, that could be useful later. Or get in the way of your draw to the 4.
Yeah. Well.
So Dropkin is sitting about the most 2 precarious 1-2 that you ever see in your life.
I miss our little rocks above the skips' names to let us know where we are here in our rock count.
Well, we're on Vice Rocks. This is Jason Ginter.
Yeah, so we're on first Vice Rocks.
We get, well, it's pretty simple. We have Babyface, Beard, Babyface, Skip. And speaking of beards, let's call Darren down for some advice.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I would call Yellow being in control of the 4 foot there, really, even though their red rocks are sitting 1-2. It's Evan could, if he could ever just bump the one that's touching the center line and move that back red one 6 inches to a foot. I mean, I think that would be a great outcome. Oh, they're throwing way more than.
This is going to move something more than 6 inches.
Yes, I'll say.
Darren's going to try to hold him. We're going to bang, bang, eject the stones and even up his own.
Yeah, I mean, not just a personal thing. I think I wonder if that was one rock too early.
Kind of what I was thinking there too, buddy, because now it looks like that double's flat, but it's certainly available for these guys. And that will leave Dropkin sitting 2. And if you make it this way, really tough to get them both back.
Yeah, and to your point of rolling that red one on, I mean, now that definitely has come potentially into play here. This is a good shot.
Nice shot by Tom Howell there. Bang, bang, away they go, and Dropkin lies 2.
Well, maybe that's why he's playing third.
Well, you know what? He's doing pretty well right now.
Sure is.
So now Ginter's going to make this hit. Are you looking to roll underneath the wing or underneath the other red rock right now?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? You're trying to escape out of a deuce that was made possible
By your own doing, really.
by your own doing. Yeah.
Yeah, with that blast shot, it kind of took away that leverage that they had being in control of the 4-foot and gave it back to Korey.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just thought it was maybe, like I say, one shot too early, but Darren's got a lot more experience at the competitive level than I do, so. Again, they may not have hit it, right where they wanted to either, so. This is a good shot to kind of stay separated and lie 2. Now, if you're Van Amsterdam, I mean, I really do think you would ideally love to roll that in behind the cover.
That would certainly be helpful. You need to make something happen here to try to avoid the deuce. So make it tough on Korey, at least for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's got a nice smooth delivery.
He learned that from watching you.
I don't think so.
Now we got to take it the other way. Slip it under cover there. They got half a rock under.
Yeah.
Not too bad. It's a good way to have it. Although dead under would have been okay because the straight run wouldn't be on the rings anymore.
Yeah.
Still a delicate shot here. You can see Korey Dropkin lining up to try to dig it out and hopefully keep the shooter. I'd expect a big scrub upcoming.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Korey Dropkin, originally from Southborough, Massachusetts, with his first in the third.
Yeah, I would think this would be not much more than board weight.
On and out, they're going to get Stopera to try to work it over some.
Yeah.
They're past the guard, no problem. Now, you catch it,
Yeah.
clear out that yellow, roll off to the side. Nicely executed shot by all the players.
Yeah, great weight. I mean, that was the only way you were really going to, hold the shooter, was playing that quiet weight, and it was done to perfection.
I guess you'd have to think right now your best bet is to hide underneath the corner guards.
I would think so. Yeah. It's the smaller of the rolls, and if you make it even half good, I mean it'll changes the shot drastically for dropping, and changes the turn. And he may just top to draw for one, although you hate to give up opportunities for two.
So here's Evan with his final in the third.
And they're going the other way.
Gonna hit it and take it the
what?
other way.
This is going to be the same shot for Korey.
Yeah, that one is even. This one's gonna be even a little bit easier. About 3/4 of the rock's exposed, so you saw it once. So, as a skip of mine used to always say, toughest shot in curling. Do it again. Good chance I'm playing against that skip tomorrow. So Korey Dropkin with the final stone of end number 3. Wheeler right down with the broom here. Now they're kind of happy with it. Want to make sure you're past the guard.
Yeah.
On and off, pretty much no problem thus far. Hopefully, do you have enough weight to clear it?
Yeah, that's a rule. Darren.
It's just Darren being Darren.
That's right. You gotta love it.
Count them up. There's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And it'll be 4-1 after 3. We'll be back on Curling Stadium.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmerler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted, thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference.
And we're back here. It's the Saville Grand Prix. Dropkin with a 4-1 advantage over Evan Van Amsterdam. Schmel, Terry Corbin with you today. Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful Saturday. It was Dropkin getting a deuce there, and can't help to think that Van Amsterdam has to be replaying that end in his head some.
Well, I mean, if he is, he's wasting his time.
Good point. He can replay it later.
That's right. I mean, Korey's just taken advantage of having the hammer and executed 2 deuces, and now Amsterdam really has to follow suit. This giving up 2, getting 1 is not mathematically to your advantage.
Yes, the math doesn't math that way.
That's right.
So, Lance Wheeler, fake Fenner.
That's right. Fenner is on his back.
You could say Lance is carrying Fenner this
Fenner.
weekend.
That's right.
Second rock from Parker Concha. And
trying to
going with the double corners, yeah. Hopping right on in. It's time, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, we talk about, rock placement all the time. And, ideally, Team Dropkin would have liked those 2 right in line with each other.
And here's Andrew Stapera, originally from Briarcliff Manor, New York. Both of his parents still reside there.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to play Andrew when he was skipping. I don't know if he was just out of junior or he was still in the junior program. But yeah, we had I played Korey in Stroud, Ontario, little town outside of Barrie.
And Darren Molding playing second for Evan Van Amsterdam. Of course, a Briar champion with Brendan Botcher.
Yeah, we got information that Darren actually is the 5th on this team.
Longtime curler and ice maker from Alberta. No, he was the ice maker at the Lacombe Curling Club for quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of really jumped on the scene and became well known once he joined Team Botcher.
And that smile that he perpetually has on his face made him a fan favorite pretty quickly.
Yeah, he just kind of draws people to him, I think.
Great fella to have on a team.
Yeah,
and it helps that he throws pretty well too.
Yeah.
They worked this one just by. Get up to the face and jigger around the stones. So Van Amsterdam has won, but all the Dropkin stones are now behind the tee line where they can serve as catchers.
Yeah.
Once they get behind the tee line, Terry, they don't ever get closer.
Not usually. The odd round the horn, I guess, could potentially bump a rock up, but yes. And another one taking up space behind the tee line. It's hard to get around that, get an inside roll, and as long as you continue to roll to our from that angle that we had to our left, I mean it doesn't increase the difficulty for Team Dropkin Team Dropkin's shots.
Keep on putting that bank of catchers. Now this one just
Oh,
slivers
this
the guard.
is better, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's going to get over to the side you want to be. Now that's lined up to jam all day and night.
Yeah. Real good shot.
Yeah, they stayed patient on that one, waited for it to get just around the guard, and then pounded it home.
But again, I mean, it is behind the tee line, and certainly I think now Korey's looking at potentially shrinking the scoring area.
But with the lead, he also likes the idea of the opening things up.
This is a shot that has a fair bit of risk involved, unless it's a straight peel. But I didn't get that indication.
Tom Howell there now, Andrew Sapera now back to Lance Wheeler on it and past them all.
Yeah,
and you leave a catcher's mitt back there.
Yeah, I would have preferred, I think, if I was thrown, to ensure that we shrunk the scoring area by trying to play down to that rock.
So now an opportunity to get Jason Ginter to draw the 4-foot underneath the Dropkin stone.
Yeah, this
and
is
lie to there.
Yeah, this is kind of the first time really that Van Amsterdam has had an opportunity to really put some pressure on Team Dropkin. This has got a curl.
Now here comes that late finish. It gets a good sliver of the rock under cover. It's definitely still gettable, but where's the best spot now?
That may still be forced shot too. I mean, Korey's got like a lot of options. I mean, I would kind of think that if he plays the roll to underneath the one that was just thrown, he's jamming that yellow on the reds and potentially making the yellow rock second shot. But he looks like he's going to try and roll the other way underneath that corner guard, or the high side would maybe be a better term. I just don't know whether he's going to try and kill it through a board weight hit and roll and try and miss that red back one, or whether he's going to be content to throw it rather quiet and play roll all day.
Well, that looks like ice for a board weight hit.
Mm-hmm.
Or for our friends in the UK, barrier.
You got all the terminology. That's why it was so important for Van Amsterdam's team to, sit 1-2.
Yeah, leaving that one just a little bit light. Gives Korey Dropkin this opportunity. Now, Wheeler trying to hold the line. If it comes up too much, it's going to jam. Got to catch just the right amount. And
Perfect.
Oh, you just squeak it by.
Just a tremendous curling shot.
Yeah, leaving that one just a little bit light. Gives Korey Dropkin this opportunity. Now, Wheeler trying to hold the line. If it comes up too much, it's going to jam. Got to catch just the right amount. And
Perfect.
Oh, you just squeak it by.
Just a tremendous curling shot. Plan, weight, sweeping, line call, everything.
As much as we get excited about those big, high, hard ones, those are the shots that really win matches.
Oh, I'll say. And you can do so much more with those, you know. I think it's easier to call line, especially when you're trying to make sure that, you know, you do get a roll. You can quite often call them early. Yeah, I like that that choice of weight. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, that yellow one is technically still on the rings. Like, so, I mean, that's the weight he threw, like enough just to push it to the back of the rings.
So now Van Amsterdam's going to have a equally difficult touch shot here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's looking to catch maybe a third of that stone and roll underneath that cover that we see on the left the long shot here.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, the risk is obviously rolling too far and not being shot rock. But I mean, I think you have to be sitting shot rock after this rock so that Korey has to make a play on it. And if you're making a play on a rock and you've got catchers in the back, you know, sometimes things happen and they're to your benefit.
So 1-2 for Evan Van Amsterdam here in the fourth.
They're really trying to carve this, and look,
yeah,
it looks like it's going.
Parker's on it right off the jump. Brings it over. Oh, they're going to go the other way with it.
I cannot believe that. Oh, wow.
And that is almost fully buried. And it's shot rock.
Yeah, that's really the best outcome. It was way better than I thought was possible even. But again, you know, Dave, it's those quiet weight shots. I mean, and that was swept basically out of his hand, and you know, it didn't get by the guard by much. Just like, oh, I just love those. I love those shots. And now this has got Korey thinking.
Yeah, so they took a good look to try to figure out if that yellow was third shot.
I think it definitely is third.
Well, you have to worry about giving up three.
Mm-hmm. You do now. They're talking about the corner freeze.
Corner freeze, sure. None. If you just throw the draw and lie shot, how is he going to? How would Evan have a way back to remove both of those rocks and get score three?
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing about the corner freeze is, I think anyway, it would be extremely hard to remove, given all the catchers back in the 12-foot there. I think you could. I was just going to say, I don't think you want to take that one on.
He's thinking he can do one better on Van Amsterdam there.
And I think you can.
Oh, sure you can. You don't ever want to miss it.
No. But I mean, if you got by and you were a little heavy, and you rolled even into the open, you know, it's still gonna require a roadmap to remove it.
So they settled on a shot.
Yep.
We'll know by the handle which one it is as soon as he lets it go.
Yeah, they're playing the intern, I would bet.
So Korey Dropkin set up for his final stone of the fourth end, playing a delicate little intern tap and trying to corner freeze onto shot rock. Crucial shot. Gonna be giving up a big multiple score if he doesn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Andres DePera right there on it. Looks like that took a nice turn. Now is the line good? Now we're going to get Lance to bring it over. Walk it over, get right down and weld onto it. Get out the acetylene torch. Oh, that's a little bit too much of a tap, maybe? Not bad.
I don't think so. I don't think that you're getting that out unless you play the Rays, and that's not something that is that appealing. Well done by Korey Dropkin. You just don't have anywhere to. You don't have enough of that red rock that you can slash it out even.
No, I mean you'd have to. I mean, I'm assuming, you know, like if you had to win a Bonspiel, you could throw down and literally try to hit it by like a paper and redirect it on the one in the back and score 3. Or you can do the long raise for 3. But they're both pretty darn tough.
Yeah.
Can you hit it? Can you hit that hard enough to hold your shooter, lose Dropkin's rock? And no, I don't think that red's going to outcount. That yellow on top's not going to outcount.
Yeah, really depends who the sliver double.
Okay. Feel free to chime in, all you armchair curlers. Is there something easy that somebody here is missing? Darren seems to like the raised double.
Yeah.
It has the most upside.
But does it? I mean, because I don't think you. I don't think you can push the red one.
I think if you push it right, the red one goes. The rock you're driving back, you have to catch it over the top, and you'll probably kiss that one that you just touched with the broom on the way by.
Yeah, it's catching.
And you're right. Yeah, you're right. It might come back into play. But you might still score 2 that way. You might not end up with 3, depending on where the rock comes back up to. Looks like he's just going to ease his way in and take a single point here. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, again, he's not utilizing the math that was taught in his younger years. I honestly don't see how you can score 2.
Certainly difficult. So final stone of the fourth end for Evan Van Amsterdam.
Yeah, he puts the pressure on Korey, just like he needed to, and Korey, responds and delivers.
Ginter on this right off the bat. Off it for a second and right back online. Looks pretty good. Just needs to settle on in. Ooh, do you get 2 this way? Are you really cutesy and get it? Okay, let's take a look. I think
red is shot over the one closest to the red rock. It's just a matter of is the thrown stone shot rock.
That is certainly close. Okay, they kicked the one yellow out. Now it's...
Darren thinks it's red.
Very, very close.
And this is whirl.
This is going to be a measure.
Yeah, they're going to give the baton a twirl.
So
Evan's talking about, so who wants to, break Korey's arm?
Well, yeah, you do that, and I'll hold down Lance.
Yeah. Where's the staircase?
So is Jason Ginter in the lounge with the carbon fiber broom.
That's right.
Or it could be molding in the bar with the beer bottle.
That's right, yeah. Certainly Darren has indicated, just through his body language that it is red.
So we see a move there.
Yeah.
Just about to there you go. You see the top corner of the graduation there. See how much we get here.
Oh, yeah. It was red all day.
All day.
All day.
All right.
All night, too.
And we'll be back after this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for.
Allen. And we're back here in the fifth end. It was a steal of one for Korey Dropkin on what was an interesting end of the fourth there, Terry.
Yeah, just unfortunately, Team Van Amsterdam could not get a rock position in a spot that they really, really wanted. I mean, Korey had to, play some delicate shots. The first time they did really get it in a spot that they wanted after Evan made a great draw around that corner on his first attempt. Korey says, there's your shot. Now I'll match it and do one better. And he did. And then Van Amsterdam had this. Well, I didn't think it was much of an opportunity, but I mean, if they could have swept that or carved it and got an inch more of the rock, actually an inch was probably, too much. You probably needed a half an inch of it. I guess there was a possibility of 2 there.
So do you like that call?
I mean, I guess I'm going to say yes, because I thought that he had an opportunity just to roll off that and get his one that way. I think I probably myself would have been drawing 4-1 because I really would have had a hard time convincing myself that was there.
So we have this game at a score of 5-1, and we have action happening all up and down the ice house this morning. Take a look around the rings. We have Keenan Whip. He has a 3-1 advantage over Kevin Tim. Tim has the hammer playing in the 5th. Jacob Libas and Zach Davies are tied at 2 after 4. Kevin Cooey with a 5-1 lead over Chase Sinnott. And it's Morizumi 5-1 over Cole Adams. Pulshek 3-2 over Dunbar. Pulshek has the hammer. And Johnson Tao 2-1 over Takumi Maeda. That game in the 5th. And for our colleague and engineer extraordinaire Ryan Jakes, it's a 9-2 victory in 4 ends over James Ballance. Nice to see the snake getting one there.
Yeah. Now this time Van Amsterdam's tried to throw the double corner or the overlapping corner.
Now Dropkin with the 2. Staggered in the 8-foot and 1 just behind the tee line. Van Amsterdam's going to elect to ask Darren Molding to freeze on down to it.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for Team Van Amsterdam. It's not like they've, curled poorly. They just have not got the rocks in a really perfect position, and Team Dropkin just has not provided them opportunities with misses. They've curled really well.
Yeah, Corey's team has been on point today for sure.
Yeah.
And he's taking a look. Thinks he can poke it through there, but instead going to take care of the guards.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a smart call.
So Andrew Stapera on the peel.
You don't see many curling sheets, or at least I don't, where you have the actual physical borders from the hog line in.
Yeah, I've noticed it more in clubs in Western Canada.
Yes.
It's certainly not something that we have prevalent in the U.S. Usually the only time there's a divider is because the building will fall down without it. Ginter on this one hard. They rattle around those stones pretty nicely, leaving themselves sitting 1-2 fairly well evenly placed.
1-4 maybe, but
1-4. Yeah. You do your math your way. I'll do it my way. I'm looking down the road here.
Down the road, exactly.
As he reaches for the coffee.
That was a good shot. That was a little speed wobble from Mr. Howell, but got it back on plane.
And now Fake Fenner will walk it over.
Yeah.
And punch it through.
Yeah.
So, would you expect the double takeout in return?
No, I mean, you can't afford to not have rocks in the house. They're going to try and hit and roll over.
You're going to have to make sure you send them an autographed copy of your strategy book, Terry. Because the double is forthcoming. Jason Ginter.
Darren's really going on this.
They're going to catch it. Not enough of it's going to slide underneath.
Yeah, I'm just, I guess, a little shocked. I mean, you're down 5-1 and you're still, hitting rocks.
The more you're down, the lighter you throw.
Yeah, well, that seems to be the rule of thumb in most situations. And I mean, coaching the junior teams, I mean, we always had that rule: down by 4, hit no more. And
they do squeeze this one around the guard.
Yep. Good throw.
And they will pick out that stone. And just like that, Evan Van Amsterdam is staring at an empty house.
Yeah.
He can try to hide behind the opposing color, use that stagger a little bit to his advantage. So more important to be under this cover and depth.
Yeah.
Less of an issue, like deep is okay here?
I think so, yeah. I think the more separation you can have between the red one and this at the back of the rings, the better off you'll be. You definitely like to be second shot. Which he is.
Which he is, but unfortunately it's quite exposed.
Yeah. I got 14-3 there, hog to hog. Not quite as keen as it was last week, but Corey's going to try and remove the yellow stone and certainly won't mind rolling out as well.
This does look very gettable. As you said, you don't want to give anything to freeze to or lock on to here, because the ends are getting few for Evan Van Amsterdam. And here's Dropkin with his first in the 5th end.
And I'm sure Korey Dropkin's not going to fret and fume about if he gives up one and being up 5-2 playing 6.
There are worse scenarios in curling.
Most certainly.
They hit that and they roll on around to the other side. Just got to lock. Okay, you can hit and roll over there, as Darren says.
Yeah, they're never playing that.
So if they're never playing that, what should they play? Should they throw a freeze right onto it? Should they just draw their dead draw?
Yeah, I think you got 2 shots. What Darren just kind of indicated, second shot, biting, being over there in the 8-foot. It's I think, by going around there, you might get a mistake out of Korey. Or the second option, I guess, would be to try and freeze, which is probably the most difficult shot in curling.
Doesn't stop us from calling it all the time, though.
Oh, no, for sure. And I mean, I've seen some dandies over the years. Sometimes when you least expect it. But they've chosen the hit and roll.
This one over curling, got to go the other way.
Yeah, they're such hard shots to, make that perfect roll.
So Corey's going to look to set up a force here.
Yep.
Probably not any real steal opportunity available, and you don't want to give Van Amsterdam the blank. Give him just the one lonely chance with hammer back for the rest of the game if you have it your way.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, Korey would love to roll probably either way. I think he would prefer to roll to the opposite side. But as long as he sits 2, takes away the blank.
Stone on the way from Korey. Stopera on the brush. Got to make the hit. It's going to stay just about right there.
Yeah.
That should be good enough.
Yeah, it is.
Forces on, and Van Amsterdam's going to be forced to take a single point here.
Yeah, try and make it a 5-2 game. 3 ends remaining.
Final stone of the 5th end. Got to hit and stick for your single. Conchu on and off.
Got a curl.
Now Ginter trying to work it over. Gonna catch it. Are you gonna skid her too far? And you just hold on, you get your single. You can breathe now, Evan. It's 5-2. We'll be back with the 6th end right after this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Don't forget the brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on. Okay, well, what do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Welcome back to Edmonton in the Saville Community Sports Center. And number 6 here, Korey Dropkin with a 5-2 lead over Evan Van Amsterdam. It's the Saville Grand Prix, brought to you by Asham, Hardline, and Curling Stadium, along with the Saville Community Sports Center. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this morning here on Curling Stadium and the Stadium Sports Network. Happy to have you with us on this beautiful Saturday. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Click that little bell for notifications so you never miss an end of action. I'm Dave Schmel, and my friend here is Terry Corbin. And just been tough for Van Amsterdam to really get his footing today.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've just kind of struggled to get rocks in really good positions. And Korey just has not opened the door for them at all.
So the high center guard is up.
Yeah.
And Lance Wheeler's going to throw one down to the 4-foot. Right on the back of the tee line. Now with the 1 guard up, the 3 guard called for. Darren Molding trying to put that one up.
And successful.
I expect Korey to
Yep.
waste no time. He did the old quick verification that there's 5 rocks there.
That's right.
Lying up for Andrew Stapera. He fires away. Looking to rearrange the furniture.
Oh.
Gets the 1 just over the top. Almost gets the other one. One does not quite reach the side bumper. So we're going to continue the guard dance here for a bit.
Yeah, normally Sterling Middleton plays second on this team.
That is correct.
Didn't Sterling play with oh, he's playing third for Kevin Cooey. Tardy.
I do believe that is correct. Shocking that you came up with something which I feel like I'm actually sure about. Sterling is originally from Fort St. John, BC.
Oh, is he? Yeah. I think I just remember him from the tardy days.
Sounds like an 80s sitcom. Those were the tardy days, the tardy days.
Oh my God. Well, let's hope they were happy.
Oh. Now, I'd pretty much guarantee everybody save Darren Moulding has on that team would have no idea what Happy Days is.
Yeah, Evan's, well, he's the youngest one on the team today, anyway, at 26. So, just a straight peel here asked for.
Stopera just gonna squirt it over and make the peel, no problem there.
Yep. Yeah, with red being shot, I mean, certainly Van Amsterdam will have to make a move on that yellow to B shot rock at some point.
And the final episode of Happy Days aired on June 19th, 1984.
Wow. Pretty sure I've seen every episode.
Were you rolling around like the Fonz back in the day?
Well, there were lots of Fonzies back in my day.
Tom Howe throwing this. Looks like he's a little bit inside. Wheeler holds it, and the peel is still good.
And to talk about some things that they wouldn't understand either is there's a lot of Brill cream used in those days.
Well, you know, just a dab will do you.
That's right.
Reminds me of a time I took a trip from Philadelphia all the way down to Orlando, Florida via bus. And one of the drivers along the way definitely appeared to be a strong proponent of that product.
Yeah, when everybody had a comb in their back pocket.
And if you grew up in Northeast Philly, a pack of cigarettes rolled up in your T-shirt.
That's right. That's right.
But smoking is bad. We don't do that, kids. It says so right in the box. It will kill you.
That's right. Good shot by Adam. I mean, on his last one, he's going to have to bump it, which will bump his own back into the red, which will leave a double, and very well could be handshakes.
So Korey Dropkin looking to peel this guy off. Just a straight peel here, buddy. Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy.
And away they peel. So now that tap back is forthcoming. So
Yeah.
you want to tap that yellow up just to lock it on there and make it as difficult for Korey as possible. If you're going to find that touch shot, wait, you better find it now. All smiles in the back there. I'm pretty sure Korey is not talking about his time watching Happy Days.
I kind of thought maybe he was talking about having just seen an episode. You should have seen those clowns back in those days.
Evan Van Amsterdam with his last here in the 6th. I think the weight's there now. Just got to get the line over. Parker Concha trying to bring it over. Needs to come over significantly more. That is not bad. There's an angle there, and they can certainly go, though.
Yeah, and that yellow does go over the top of the red. So I think if you nose this you can score a deuce. And then I think, well, Korey's already got his gloves off, but that could be the start of Dandy Don's Turn Out the Lights.
That's correct. I'm just going to leave you hanging there.
Well, I mean, Darren's even putting his jacket on. He's ready to go.
You know what? That says it pretty well right there. So here's Korey Dropkin with his final stone of the 6th end. Double him off, score a deuce, and move on to a 2-1 record in pool play. Final stone of the 6th. Stapera holding the line.
Looks
bang,
good.
bang, bang. And you score 1 and 2. 7-2. And that'll be the final score of this game. Korey Dropkin defeats Evan Van Amsterdam here in pool play at the Saville Grand Prix. Terry, your thoughts?
I don't know what the team percentage was, but it would have been very high and individually as well. Just a well-curled game by Korey's team and well-deserving. Unfortunately for Team Van Amsterdam, it's not that they curled poorly. They just couldn't seem to, get the rocks exactly the way they wanted them positioned, which didn't increase the difficulty, obviously, for Korey Dropkin's team. But, give Korey credit. They just did not open the door for Team Van Amsterdam at all.
So both teams are now at a 2-1 record in their pool. So real possibility that they run into each other later on in this tournament. But for right now, that's all we have from the Saville Community Sports Center. I'm Dave Schmel, and for Terry Corbin, Jerry at our studio in London, Ontario, we thank you very much for watching. You've been tuned in to Curling Stadium and the Stadium Sports Network.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.